That's who my money's on. We know who kinda y'all money is on. I'm gonna let it slide though. But yeah.
First of all, you asked an impossible question.
All I want is credit, give me mine. We've been counted out too many times. They was hating, told them get in line. Ain't no breaks until we hit the finish line.
Can't retire from this gang. It's been a minute. It's been a while. At least 6 months of the calendar since we've all been together. But we're back and we're talking hoops. It's me, Misha Jones. It's my friends, Jazmine Dallas, Melanie Page. We are missing our friend Tenishia Benson, but the gang is here in spirit. And we've got one more who's not on camera, who's not on mic. Brittany Brown has joined the fold, helping us out, helping us make this thing that we're trying to make here. Yeah.
Applause here.
Insert applause here for sure. But before we dive in, what's everybody been up to? Jazz, what you been doing? I know you've been doing some cool stuff.
Working. You know, I'm an experienced professional, so working on building out some experiences for folks. But lately, 2 big ones. Got to work the college football championship. We did a pregame experience that we led, and then we also did some team hospitality stuff. So it's pretty dope to be part of that. And then preparing for both the men's and women's Big Ten championships, basketball tournaments out in Indiana come March. So excited about that because I feel like Big Ten is one of the conferences to be in right now. So it's fun to be part of those 2 experiences and be able to build those out. So very busy, very fun.
Busy bee. Mel, what you got going on? You stay busy as well. Everybody stays busy, but what's up now?
Stay busy. I think it's spread out pretty equally. Like, shout out to Jazz though, man. That's my dog, the mastermind out here. Let's go. I have been surviving Los Angeles fires. Shout out to LA, community coming together. I have been coaching.
Give it up for the coaches.
Yep. Also insert applause needed because that's a job.
Shout out to my unicorns. And, you know, I can't retire from this. The documentary, we are nominated for Best Short Documentary in the Academy Award qualifying Pan-African Film Festival this upcoming
Let's go.
week. So,
Harry.
and yeah, we're about to get the year popping. I don't start my new year till February, and we are in February. So let's go.
Happy Black History Month.
Yes.
Yeah.
Power to the people.
I gotta start off strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow. We love to hear it. We love to hear it. I ain't been doing too much. You know what I mean? Been working, been grinding, been in the throes of
I should say she ain't doing too much. Big Mish over
All
here.
right. Y'all always want to do this.
Big Mish.
Oh my goodness.
The last time I saw Misha, she was on mic for Monumental Sports. Like, come on now.
They're tooting my horn. You're tooting my horn. I did get my first Monumental game, high school tournament. Christy Winter-Scott, for folks who are in the DMV, Big Ten analyst, does a lot of stuff with them. Also a longtime coach in this area, has a tournament. So I was able to work that. And this is my 3rd season as well, doing color commentating for William & Mary women's basketball. So that's been going really well. Shout out to the tribe. And then the day job, you know, working on Good Game with Sarah Spain. Daily podcast. So that grind is real. But we here and we're missing Benson, who's doing work things today. Always on the move, always on the go, but is also doing some cool stuff with a college teammate of mine, Nyla Pollard. She's the head of performance for the AI tool Ballin.ai they're working on, which basically it's a software for scouting and evaluation for college and high school basketball players. So loving everything they're doing over there. We miss you, Benson. We're sad you're not on with us. But moving on, the WNBA. We're going to talk Unrivaled in a second. We're going to get into that. But the WNBA free agency world right now is spinning. Everything's on fire. What the heck is going on? I'm really not sure. The whole league looks different. So before we talk about Unrivaled, let's dig into that. I want to know from the two of you first, what trade has been your favorite? Like, what team you think is winning free agency right now?
To be honest, Indiana low-key winning. Like, Indiana is building an army right now to go to war. Like, they are prepping for a ship run, right? Like, they're not playing with their trade. So
they took Sid.
They did. I mean, shout out to Sid. We love
Sid Colson. We love Sid.
we love Sid. I saw that and I was like, oh, but you know, I think she's gonna still be not just an impact from a social standpoint. Obviously, she brings a lot of of that side of things from a business standpoint, but from just being a great role player within that foundation that they are setting out there. Like Indiana's doing it. I think they realize, we won big with getting, our girl Caitlin Clark over there, and they're like, it's time to build around her. So shout outs to them, because I feel like it's hard sometimes for programs to really invest in building that out. So they're doing it.
Even the fact that they split up Dewana Bonner and Alyssa Thomas.
A little bit bitter.
We can get into that. Like, first of all, Connecticut, what?
What's happening? Is everything okay up at Mohegan Sun?
Can we pour a little out for our girl Natasha Cloud though? Like,
oof. Oof.
My heart.
Once she left the Mystics, I knew I didn't think anybody was going to treat her right after that. I didn't, because that last season she spent with the Mystics, that last playoff game she played against Liberty, that unfortunately might be the peak that we see just based off situations. Okay, so was that your favorite trade and also the team you think is winning free agency, Jazz?
I think it's the one that's winning as far as Indiana. My favorite trade, I will say the one that actually intrigues me the most is Plum going to LA. And it's not so much that it's like, oh, that's my favorite. Oh, I think it's the best move. But I think it could have some serious legs. I think she has stepped into this point of being a veteran leader and on and off the court in different ways, and trying to build things with her dog school and everything like that. I think, with young players like a Cameron Brink, who, let's be honest, before she got hurt, she was making a big splash.
You're good.
So seeing how that plays out as a more longer term game, I think will be very interesting. So that one has got me intrigued, I will say. I just want to see where it goes over the years. I don't think it's like a next season thing. I think it could be a longer build, but I'm very interested.
Yeah, Kelsey Plum, a lot of people thought she peaked a couple seasons ago, and she's still showing us stuff that, I don't think we had seen from her. But Mel, what trade has been your fave? Let's start with that.
But even taking back it off of that real quick, I'm very happy to see Kelsey and De'Ara come back together.
Yeah, true.
That's about to warm my entire being. Oh my gosh. I love friendships in the league. Oh my gosh. But my favorite is the Atlanta Dream. Brittany Griner.
Not the props. I know, right? Should have came Superman.
Atlanta Dream with BG, Ryan, Alicia Gray. Like, what? Jordan Canada.
Ryan's happy.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Ryan, I'm so happy. Like, she was able to build and create that camaraderie around her. Like, I'm very excited. I think that trade was definitely influenced by Unrivaled, because them girls are definitely having fun together down there.
Yeah.
They're enjoying Miami for sure.
Yeah. And BG needs to have fun. She deserves.
And I would say too, like we were talking about it before we even hopped on, but like Atlanta's ability to create certain environments just because of the unique culture of the city. Obviously, I just spent a significant amount of time there working on some work things around college football, but they do a really good job of creating a culture around the team, right? And kind of embracing that culture. And I think BG is going to fit that really well. So I feel like it'll be very interesting to see what they're able to do with this new combination of players.
Yeah, it's different than Phoenix. Atlanta and Phoenix are two very different places in two very different states. But yeah, so definitely also on that bus with you on that. But what's the most intriguing trade to you? Outside of the faves, we know you love BG, we know you love Ryan, all them. But is that also your most intriguing trade?
All right, I don't have a favorite trade, but my favorite offseason move. Y'all ain't ready for this. Monica Wright-Rogers going to Tommaso Tempo.
Yes, sir. New general manager. Yes, sir. Okay. For the first time.
Unless you said it ain't even about no players.
It ain't about no players. It's about Toronto right now. Okay, we gonna be up there. That's my favorite offseason move, because I cannot wait for that environment to get built up. Toronto got some rising ballers right now. Kia Nurse has her AAU team that's really the hub up in Canada. And I've seen those girls, and they got it together. So once that culture really gets built up and they have a team to get behind, Toronto coming for everybody.
Okay, one of our new basketball cities is no longer just New York, the DMV, LA. I'll say Portland too for Jazz because Jazz
Appreciate you.
left out.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, I'm on board with all of that. I also think that BG, Brittany Griner to Atlanta, has Unrivaled written all over it. I think also behind the scenes, I think she, Ryan Howard, and Alicia Gray, their spirits to me are kindred, right? They're all a little bit on the softer spoken side, silly, goofy, but at the end of the day, they want to win, right? And that's the bottom line, and they want to have fun doing it. I'm interested to see what that looks like with Carl Smesko, the former FGCU head coaching them. The way he played at FGCU, I'm wondering how he's going to fit BG into that mix. But curious, I'm intrigued by that. My favorite trade, though, I'm right there with you, Jazz. Indiana, buddy, immediate contenders.
Yes.
Like, yes, you lost Temi Fagbenle, who was a forward that I thought had a pretty good season when she wasn't injured last season. Great glue player. And Nalissa Smith, who I don't even think she's hit her peak yet in her career. But you got upgrades, right? You got vets who can help you win right now and give some perspective, some experience, some support to Caitlin Clark, who we know likes to get a little fiery, a little, which is fine. I'm not knocking her hustle. Play how you play, live how you live. But I think that's really going to be a big help to her and to Kelsey Mitchell.
Get fiery too.
Yeah. But the thing about it is she's had the experience. She's played with DT, Diana Taurasi as well. So she knows when it's time to rein it in, when it's time to focus on the win as opposed to, the chatter. So I do think that's a cool move. But bringing it back to Unrivaled. So the Unrivaled 3-on-3 league that Napheesa Collier and Breanna Stewart, who played each other in the WNBA finals this past season, talk about a script, right? Talk about great marketing. They've done something really special. And before we get into the actual format, as you mentioned, Mel, they've got some of probably the most elite women's basketball players on the planet in one city, in one facility, rubbing elbows, having conversations literally every day. So it's very possible, like you said, that some of these trades just straight up were made and confirmed during Unrivaled. A lot of folks have talked about it. We've talked about it on my day job at Good Game. Nobody knows what the Tampa rules are. So, just F it. If you want to talk about making a move, then talk about making a move. But yeah, so let's talk more about Unrivaled to lay the foundation for folks. Like I said, co-founded by Napheesa Collier and Breanna Stewart. All these players are making possibly up to and exceeding $100,000. Average salary is the highest for any women's sports league ever. Players get equity stake, and this has been going on since January 17th with finals on March 17th. It's an 8-week season. So they're doing a lot of stuff different, right? The quarters, there are 3 quarters that are 7 minutes. Fourth quarter, there's no time limit, right? It's what's called an elam ending. So whatever team is up, whatever team is ahead, if you've got 50 points at the end of the third quarter, both teams, whoever wants to win, has to hit 61 points, which is 11 more than the winning team's total at that time. Free throws are different, right? You get fouled on a 2-pointer and you miss the bucket, you get 1 free throw worth 2 points. And that's kind of consistent across the board there, which puts even more emphasis on the free throws. And then you got an 18-second shot clock, which is insane to me. The pace of the game, watching these games, I'm tired just watching. Like, I get tired listening to the announcers. I feel so bad for them because you got to keep up with all of this. But Jazz, I know you mentioned, there's something you really are enjoying about Unrivaled. I don't know if it's about the rules or about generally what they're doing, but tell us what they're doing right.
First of all, women's basketball has been critiqued on the speed of the game since its inception, right? That's why we had the shot clock first. We had a shot clock because it was like speed up this game, speed up this game, speed up this game. And now I think Unrivaled, the way they have structured this, that is not a conversation. If anything, you're like, dang, this is fast. But I think that speed also creates a lot more excitement for fans who are engaging and watching. And honestly, for players, I think the thing that I love most about it is I think that Unrivaled went in with the intention of combating the rigidity of how we understand basketball. Like, it's got to be 5 players, it's got to be this amount of time, it's got to be this size court. To do a full-size court with 3-on-3, like, why? But you're also showcasing the level of athleticism that women have in doing that. And I think by kind of breaking these rules down, it gets you back to the love of the sport. Like, I didn't fall in love with basketball watching an NBA or WNBA game. I fell in love with basketball playing at the park with my friends, or playing at the open gym when there's no ref, there's no coach. And that's when I fell in love with it. So this, I think, allows for a little bit of that love to come back. Like, I grew up in the era where street ball was huge, and it gives a little bit of that vibe of like, this is a little different.
Yeah.
The rules can be broken a little bit. And I think that you come back to the love of the sport versus being overly structured and having to follow a very specific way in doing things. So I just love that. And I think they've done a great job with the fan experience. Like, walking into the game, it's amazing to see how they've built out an entire experience, the bar right off the court. Like, they out here trying to make it a time. And I think they've done a fantastic job doing that. Big shout out to Stewie and Nafisa and everybody else involved in that organization that was willing to kind of test the boundaries of what this could look like, because I think they did a great job.
Yeah. And in talking to, had a chance to talk to Alex Bazell. I had a chance to talk to Fee as well about kind of the idea behind the league. And that it was exactly what you're saying there, is they wanted to emulate what they see in practice every single day, right? What they see behind closed doors, what real hoopers, if you go into the LA Fitness or a Lifetime or whatever, these are the kind of runs you're going to get, right? Especially if there's not enough people. You're playing threes, you're playing fours. So totally there with you. But let's talk favorite teams. Who are we riding with to win it all at Unrivaled? It's no beat around the bush. Make your pick.
Is it a question? To me, it's undoubtedly Owls. Like, I'm sorry. Like, first of all, big shout out to Feast, because the leadership that she is showing. You started this league, then you came in and you like, look, let me show you I know how to do this.
Started up, shut it down.
First of all, like, leading in points, assists, still, she's second in blocks. And one of the things that is huge about the Owls, they are undoubtedly winning in turnover game, right? They have the least amount of turnovers by far. And I think what that says is that, one, there's a gel, and like, there is something working within their team that they don't struggle the way other teams struggle. And honestly, I just got to give it to Feast. I think she's one of the most visionary leaders in women's sports, period. On the court, off the court. Like, y'all know I'm diehard Asia Wilson. I love me some Asia. But Feast, like, she's doing her thing. And like, I think she's going to end up changing the game of women's sports and women's basketball.
Already
on
has.
The court.
Straight like that.
But then you got Alicia Gray out there doing her thing too. I love Alicia Gray. I ain't gonna lie, she killed it at WNBA All-Star Weekend. She was doing her thing. So Owls is just they got
they're
it.
far and away. They're far and away. They're the only undefeated team left in Unrivaled right now, right?
For
so
a reason,
that says a lot. That says a lot. Who you got, Mel?
Honestly, I have to agree with Jazz. Skylar Diggins-Smith. Oh my gosh.
Leo Queen.
We know she has a dog in her, but she literally just doesn't let up from the gas. Like, no brakes, all gas, no brakes. And the amount of winning buckets that she has had, ridiculous. So I gotta agree with you. What they do, the Whooty Whooo. Once they did that, it was a wrap.
Yeah. Facts. So I'm the oddball of the group. I already picked Rose before any games were played. Rose is currently, let's see, they are 5th out of 6 teams, 2 and 4. So it's not looking great, but I believe in the vision. And that's all that matters. So let's move on, because on Monday, we're recording this on Friday the 7th. On Monday the 10th, Unrivaled is doing something that has never been done before in the women's game, outside of overtime, which I think did a great job with one-on-one tournaments with high school players. I really want to, give them their props for kind of starting that up. But Unrivaled's going to have a one-on-one tournament, right? 30 of the 36 players that are in the league are participating, including both Stewie and Fee. And the winner gets $200,000. $200,000 and $10K to each of their teammates on their club team. So everybody wins, right? The idea here is settle once and for all who's the best player in the world. Every round is single elimination till you hit the finals. The finals is best of 3. All the games are to 11 or 10 minutes in length, whichever comes first. It's make it, take it, which I personally appreciate. Inside the arc are 2s, outside the arc are 3s. The clock doesn't stop. And there is a 7-second shot clock. So there's a lot going on. I like those rules. Starts on Monday. Winner will be crowned on Valentine's Day, as I mentioned, with that best of 3 series. So we said we wanted to go through a bracket piece by piece. Let's compromise. Let's talk about who we think will make it to the semifinals. The final 4 players.
Who do we
Elite
got?
8 first? 'Cause I'm stuck at Elite 8.
Elite 8. Okay, let's start at the Elite 8. Who's your
I can
Elite
go
8?
further. You go first then, because I could go to the semis.
I
Kind of.
got Phoebe versus Ryan. I got Skylar versus Satu. I got Alicia Gray. Oh, dog. Mayfree is a dog.
Time is a ticking.
Oh my gosh. All right. Alicia versus Stewie. And then Jewel. I don't know who's going to win. Alyssa Thomas versus Chelsea Gray. I don't know.
Okay. Those
Maybe
are some tough
Chelsea.
decisions. Those are some tough decisions. That's good.
Maybe Chelsea, but Alyssa could she's going to run through whoever. So that's where I'm stuck at.
Okay. Jazz, you got semifinalists. You know
Okay,
who you
so-
think is gonna win?
Look, I didn't say all that. I said, okay, so let me look at this real quick. So here's where I'm at. I think that from a semifinalist, I think Stewie's going to get there. As much as there are some real dogs in that portion of the bracket, I think Stewie's size is just real hard to deal with when you're talking about a one-on-one matchup. So it's like, I think, granted, all this could go to hell the very first game because, somebody gets hot. But I think Stewie's going to make it to the semifinals at a minimum because I just think it's really hard to deal with her size, right? Flip it to the other side of the bracket, my top left side, I think it's going to come down to Jewel Lloyd versus Alyssa Thomas. I don't know who's going to win it between them two in the quarterfinals, but I think that's where we go get down to because I think that, I'm a big fan of Chelsea Gray too, so she might, if she sees this, don't hate me. But I think Alyssa Thomas a little got something to prove beyond Unrivaled right now, which is putting a different level of dog in her. So be very interested to see how that shake out. I have to give it to Fee on that bottom part of that left side of the bracket. She's just so hard to compete with right now. I think it's going to be a battle, but I think she's hard to compete with right now. So definitely her in my semifinals. But I'm going to tell you right now, this bottom right side of the bracket,
Flip a coin.
you on that side. I don't know. I genuinely, I'm like, you know what? Because Rickea be like, she be doing some stuff that you like, where did you even pull that out of? I don't get it. You know what I mean? But then it can also, it is really who's hot. McBride is insane.
Yes.
DJ's insane. What is going to happen? I don't know.
It's a very hard one to call.
That one.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say, and y'all could call me crazy for this because I did pick who I think, and it's a sleeper pick, right? Is it the most likely pick? Probably not, but I'm sticking with my guns on this one.
You and the Rose. We got it.
I got Rickea Jackson.
Oh,
Yo, and I
got Rickea Jackson. It's a sleeper pick, right? I'm looking at that bottom left side of the bracket. Her first matchup is with Jackie Young, and if she can get through that, she can get through anything. Straight up.
Right.
Because I have no reservations about her post defense. I think what we saw from her with the sparks in her rookie season, I was about to say her freshman season, Lord have mercy, her rookie season, she was tasked with a lot, right? And towards the end of that season,
almost fought Brittany Griner.
she ain't scared of nobody. She almost fought BC.
Literally.
She ain't scared of nobody. She's got that competitive fire. I had a chance to talk to her. I got to shadow a game that Cindy Brunson, who does play-by-play for the Phoenix Mercury, she was calling that game, and the Sparks were in town, and got to talk to Rickea and actually hear and listen and see her demeanor. Oh, buddy. I think, she's just now scratching the surface of what she can do talent-wise. But if we also look at what she's done in Unrivaled, there's been some flashes of brilliance, people, okay? And to me, this format favors those hybrids. You know what I mean? Those hybrid tweener guard forward types, because you can get out and defend a three. You're quick enough to do that. You're quick enough to stop a guard trying to cross you up, but you can also handle your business on the interior defensively. And then on offense, she's got the bag. She's got a mid-range. She's got a finish package. The three ball maybe isn't the most consistent right now, but let her get hot. That's all I'm saying. I got Rickea Jackson. That's who my money's on. We know who kinda y'all money is on. I'm gonna let it slide.
First of all, you asked an impossible question.
But this has been a joy, friends. It's been such a lovely time to be back on mic with you all. We missed Benson, but hopefully next time we'll have her on. This has been Can't Retire From This. We're giving you short bites, people. Stick with us.
To give short bites.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it, but we're doing it. Till next time, good people.